What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today I just put an Arma Laser TR6 on my Glock 26. Am I going to keep it on there? I'm not sure. It was more for just testing and for discussions and debates and so on. Doesn't make sense to put a laser on your firearm. Now back in the day, I had a Ruger EC9S, which obviously is not optics ready, a budget firearm, but a good firearm that's reliable I could trust my life with. I worked early, so I wanted something that I could use, and they didn't have a lot of light laser options at the time. So I found a quick laser, similar to this one right here, where it just activates. The second your finger goes here, that thing is on. So it's a very nice design where you don't have to do anything. Unlike a light, you have to press a button and so on for most of them. Now, do they make sense without a light on there? You know, that's up for you to decide. But I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about it. My Ruger EC9S was just a firearm that I could rely on to carry at work, pocket carry, small enough, and so on. And the laser part of it was just, I saw a guy at the range using a laser, and he was shooting really fast and on target. And I got to thinking, the sights on my Ruger aren't very good. I didn't have them changed out. I could have changed them out, but they were just blacked out sights and so on. So I zeroed in a laser on there, and I called it good. Now, I shot that Ruger a lot, put a lot of rounds through it, never any malfunctions. It was a pretty good firearm, I'm not going to lie. Good budget firearm. And that laser was very accurate, and it never ever lost zero. I mean, I had this thing for 2-3 years, put it through a lot of wear and tear, and it never lost zero. It was always zeroed in, always accurate. Now at the range, it was almost like I was defeating the purpose of going to the range, because I would just activate that laser and I know where I'm shooting. Obviously, you still have to have good recoil control and so on, but it sort of defeated the purpose. I sort of got lazy with my training. And on top of that, nowadays, there's red dots. They're way more popular than they were 3-4 years ago. Way more popular. On top of that, that Ruger, you don't have that option to put an optic on it. Nowadays, there's an optic, and I feel like that's taken the place of lasers and so on. Anything you add, like a red dot or a laser, is just another mechanical part to your firearm that can go wrong. Something can go wrong with it. It's just something that you shouldn't rely on. So when you're training, you shouldn't rely on that laser. When you're training, you shouldn't rely on the red dot because things can go wrong with it. You still need to know how to shoot with good old iron sights. And that's how I look at everything. That's why most of my firearms are just iron sights, night sights, because I do just fine with that. I shoot fast and good and can get back on target, and I think that's real shooting. Real accuracy with your shooting is being able to shoot pretty fast, get right back on your sights, and not need anything else to shoot. That's how I look at it. That's why most of my firearms don't have red dots. Am I getting more red dots? Yes. Am I getting more optics? Yes. This was just more for fun, training, and so on. Just to have a discussion about it. Does it make sense? I want you guys to hit the like button and let me know in the comments. Do you run a laser? Do you run a light laser combo? And so on. But I've also had a light laser combo that lost its zero. I mean, so fast. It was ridiculous. It almost wasn't even worth having on there. So I just kept it on the light setting and so on. Arma Laser is actually pretty trusted, and because there's no rail and stuff with the Glock 26s, it's mounted right on your finger guard or trigger guard. And like I said, it's activated right there. Very easy and fast. So the way I looked at it is, you know, in the dark or whatever, you can get on target much faster, and it can help you. I definitely think there's a benefit of having a laser. One of the major downsides, though, is holsters. For a Glock 26, they don't make a lot of holsters for this model. Now, this company does. They make other holsters and like do partnerships with other holster companies to make holsters, but none of them are good holsters. None of them are for gym shorts and sweatpants. So that's where you have to get something like this, a sticky holster, which it does work, but I don't want to use that as my main carry, a sticky holster everywhere I go. It works for the time being, but that's not how I want to carry. It can slip, it can fall, it's not attached to anything. It could come out while drawing. Now, I have used one before with my Glock 39, never had any issues, but it's just another one of those things where a problem can go wrong. The less problems possible, the better. Now, this is a pretty bright laser, and so far I like it. I don't have it zeroed in yet, I gotta work on that. But I do sort of like it. Like I said, the holster sort of ruins it for me, and also, like I said, you shouldn't have to rely on that, but with some night sights, I think it's a pretty decent combo. Am I going to start putting lasers on all my firearms? Heck no. But am I going to have fun with this and just use it as a range tool and stuff like that to have fun? Because the way I look at training and firearms is not everything should be 100% serious. That doesn't have to do anything with safety. I'm just talking about in general. You need to have a little fun at the range. You need to mag dump every now and then. You need to just do some cool stuff. It's part of having a firearm and so on. As long as you're getting serious training in there as well. And what I mean by like just having fun is, you know, like I just said, mag dumping, lasers, like just doing cool stuff that necessarily isn't like pushing you forward in your training and everyday carry experience. But anyways, let me know in the comments. Review on this coming soon. Let me know. Is there any point to lasers on firearms?